Alright, here we go. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what is it called when food, sex, water? They're called what? You have, what are the two names we refer to for food, sex, water? What is it? Good. There should be 3 words on your board, by the way. Good. What are they? Rochelle. On your whiteboard, needs, primary, drives, and needs. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what is it called when I'm super, super hungry, so I will do whatever it takes to stop that hunger pains? Or you don't have to put them in order, Donna. Oh. Good. What is it called? What is it called, Julian?
Drive reduction theory.
Drive reduction theory. On your whiteboard, what is it called when you are solely motivated by food, sex, and water that drives all of your motivation behind everything you do? Good. What is it, Brooke?
Primary drives.
Primary drives. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what is it called when you're motivated? You do well at school only to make your mother happy. You don't do it well because you want to. You do well to make your mother happy. What's that called? Good. Nina, I'm not going to lie. I like the whole look today. I really do. What is it, Nina? Extrinsic. Do you like my look? I really tried. It's really out of the box. Solid pants, cardigan, scarf. It's really unique, I know. Miles, I genuinely like you.
It wasn't an insult.
No, it's cold. That's why I'm wearing a long sleeve.
Miles runs blue.
It's okay, I never liked you. I'm just kidding. Alright, on your whiteboard. This is going out of hand quickly. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what is it called when you're neither hungry nor too full? You're neither too thirsty or too full. What is it called? That nice little balance that our body wants to have. What is it, Quentin?
Homeostasis.
Homeostasis. On your whiteboard, what is it called when all my husband wanted for Valentine's Day was sick kicks? Oh, I didn't tell you that story? So, sick kicks. That's what he wanted.
Shoes.
Like shoes. He wanted these fancy shoes for Valentine's Day. So I got an SOS. He's like, I decided what I want for Valentine's Day. Even though we don't do gifts, I got this text. And he's like, I need sick kicks. So I had to jump on Amazon. He's a complicated man. And that was his quote, not mine. What is it? What is it, Carly?
Secondary drive.
Secondary drive. What?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Was it like a specific shoe?
Yeah, he already found it online. He's like, I know we're not doing Valentine's Day gifts, but this would be a great Valentine's Day gift. And he even sent me like a screenshot of himself smiling.
Oh.
Yeah, he's ridiculous. But he got exactly what he wanted, so I don't think he learned a lesson.
Wait. It's starting in time. Go back in time.
Oh, I know. I messed it up. I don't do math. What is it called when people have an ideal level of tension that they seek to maintain? Did we get there? Yes, we did. What is it called when I'm a high-stress person? If I don't have a lot to do, I don't do anything. Like, if I have, like, a couple small things to do, I'm not going to get them done. If I have a ton of stuff to do, I will get it done. What's it called, Isabel? Arousal theory. All right, that's where we'll pick up. All right, so your arousal theory.
Is this the same as arousal approach?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. All right, so arousal theory is a theory of motivation where people are said to have a high or a low. Anyone else a high stress person? Like if you have a lot going on, you seem to kind of thrive. Yeah? Okay. Anyone here a low stress person? Like they can get overwhelmed pretty quickly? Okay, that's good. It's important that you know what you are. Typically, if you get really stressed really quickly, you're typically really good planners. Are you a good planner?
Yeah.
Able to distribute your work? Margo, would you agree? No, you're just terrible. Okay, perfect. Well, as long as we, got that done. Okay, so we, like I know what I can handle and what I can't handle, and because of that, I'm able to kind of budget my time pretty effectively. Hopefully, as you get older, it'll be easier and easier to do that, and you'll have more under your control. But that's what arousal theory is really based on. An ideal level of tension. That's what I would put for my application. That's what makes it kind of unique. Is the ideal level of tension. That's what makes it special. All right, Yerkes-Dodson is where we're coming up next. Please listen to me. Hey, this is a big one. This is a really, really big one. It will be on your AP exam. People love this one. I'm not particularly crazy about it. Actually, I'm not really particularly crazy about any of them. But AP loves it, and it's all over your test on Thursday. Are you hearing me? Okay, so please make sure you if you get nothing else, get this. Alright, so the Yerkes-Dodson law is a law. What makes a law different than a theory? You can raise your hand and tell me. Hunter.
It actually works. The law is proof.
Yeah.
It is proven. It actually works. That's so hard. Alright, the Yerkes-Dodson law is a law, which means it has been scientifically proven that it is true. 95% of everything we talk about here in AP Psych is a theory, which means we know some of it's true because we're obviously not going to read outlandish stuff here in AP Psych. However, we can't guarantee this is how things work. Yerkes-Dodson is we can guarantee, which makes it a law. So every time you have a law, it's really important that you do focus on it because we only have really 5 throughout the whole year. So, Yerkes-Dodson states that performance is related to arousal. Moderate levels of arousal lead to better performance than do levels that are too high or too low. Okay? So, what that means. Okay, and this is like the chart they show you. I think it's in your book. Do I have it here? Yeah, they do. Okay, perfect. So this is what I will go back, Bailey, just for you. I have other stuff on the slide too, so I can be happy and you can be happy. It is important you know this because this was a picture on the test like 2 years ago. Is this fair? Okay. All right. So when you have, this is kind of weird. If you have an easy test, so think about what class you have that's really, really easy. What class? Don't tell me the teacher. Give me anatomy. Anyone else have anatomy? Okay, perfect. The tasks are really easy. Like, you know those workbook classes? Do you still have teachers who just give you a workbook?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, and they're completely useless and completely crappy and you've learned nothing from them? Yeah? Okay. Those things are really hard to get motivated to do. Would you agree? Because they're so easy. Have you noticed that you don't do that well on them? Because you put 0 effort in, and then you're like, oh my God, I have to get this in. And then you write down a bunch of crap, and then you lose a bunch of points. Have you noticed that in your easiest class, it's kind of hard to maintain like an A because you don't care? True or not true? How easy is it in your easiest class to fall off and not have an A? Pretty easy?
How much you care about your grades.
It really is, because it's hard to get motivated to do something that is easy. For instance, perfect example, how hard is it when you're sitting on the couch to get up and go get a drink from the fridge? Yeah, like I would literally starve to death some days. Like I will refuse to get off my couch. Okay? That is Yerkes-Dodson. It's an easy task that requires a ton of energy to do. Okay? Now, how many times have you tried doing something that was like almost impossible? If I made it a requirement for AP Psych for you to run 4 miles, Okay? That would be something that, like, it would really stress you out, and you would maybe even practice for it and, like, try and be cognitive of, and it would just stress you out that you would just shut down, correct? Have you ever tried something that was so, Aaron, have you ever tried something that was so hard that you genuinely tried, like, really did try, and then you were just like, you know what, screw it, I'm just so done? Yes? Okay? That's called math for me. I felt this way in 3rd grade when they introduced letters. Like, what the hell is happening? There's letters in math.
Oh. I thought you meant letters in general. Like we were in 3rd grade.
Your opinion of me is so minimal.
That's why I looked up.
Okay? So, what Yerkes-Dodson is saying, that if you have a task that is challenging, that requires you to think, but is not overwhelming, you are likely to achieve much greater success. Hopefully by now, I've kind of converted you to the idea of Bennetism, that focus, study guide, flashcards, and outline. Yeah, it's a lot of work, can we agree? But it's not impossible. Would you agree? Is this your Yerkes-Dodson? That if I gave you a little bit more, it would be too much work. Would you agree? If I gave you a little less, would you be as motivated to finish? It's literally the sweet spot. How do you like them apples? What? You are your own issue.
This is sort of off topic of the Yerkes-Dodson.
Oh, but I just made like a beautiful point, like a full circle moment we had.
It was a grand point.
Ow.
So, but
What
on
up?
the back of the focus, it says causal theory, and you said that's the same thing as arousal approach. Do you want us to actually write this thing? Like,
No, let me figure out when I get there. It follows in order. Let me get there. I don't even know. Does it sound like I'm feeling well?
does it sound like I'm feeling well?
I don't care. I'm talking about
So what makes you
me.
think you should care about how you feel?
Because I'm more important. I'm just kidding. I'm really not. I'm really not. I don't know. Alright, fine. No one literally cares. No one cares. No one cares. I don't even care about it. I don't even care. But that's why I do everything I do, because I'm focusing on Yerkes-Dodson and no one genuinely cares. You don't even care yet. You can't even pretend. Life. Alright. So easy tasks require high to moderate level, while difficult tasks require low to moderate level. So next time you're faced with like a really hard task, if you go into it being like, hey, let's just do the best we can and figure it out, you're more likely to achieve it. Isn't that kind of cool? So if you go into like a really, really hard task, if you keep low anxiety about it, you're probably going to do much better. Like for instance, I am pretty proud of my AP. I'm very proud of my AP World Kids. And one of the things that we've been really working on, especially last week, was writing. And we kind of geared them up for like the tough task of being able to do 4 short in 50 minutes. And so since we've been working so hard on it, the tough task of having their first time writing of their entire life, of having it, doing it, because it was a tough task, they had low anxiety about it because they've been practicing and stuff like that. They did incredibly well, and they did. So that would be an example of it. So what you should write in your application is this, because you need to know. If it's a difficult task, okay, if it's an easy task, it requires high to moderate level, while more difficult tasks require low to moderate level. So I'm asking you to do a lot for AP Psych in comparison to other things going on here at Plan. Would you agree? Have you noticed you do a lot more? Have you noticed we move a lot faster? And I know that. However, I offset it by having a predictable pattern, which means I'm not just throwing projects on you. I'm not just doing crappy things and doing like surprise pop quizzes and stuff like that. Because it's predictable, there's low stress about it, which makes it easier for you to deal with. True or not true? Okay? Now, your easy tasks, like going to your mailbox. Like, you know, if your mom asks you to like help go get the mail, or, hey, can you get off the couch and help me get groceries? And it's literally like it takes an act of God to get you off the couch. Yeah, that's Yerkes-Dodson. So the next time that you're like lounging on the couch and your mom is like, why won't you just get up and help me? You can say, well, Mom, it's Yerkes-Dodson, okay? That is why I can't do it. It's too easy of a task, which requires the greatest motivation.
No, because I'm trying to
Okay,
get harder task.
Huh?
So my mom would tell me to give me a harder task for myself. She's like, okay, well,
I don't know if that works with psychologists' parents.
No, that won't work. Your mom would just be like, and you're wrong on these 10,000 reasons. Or she may giggle and say you're an idiot and just keep going. What would she do?
She would probably sit there for 10 minutes and explain to me why I was wrong in using that certain terminology.
There you go. See? Gotta appreciate that.
I don't.
What do you got?
Is it okay if we just choose breath?
As long as you know, because there's a bunch of questions, as long as you can understand that an easy task requires high to moderate level of attention and focus, while a harder task requires less. So if you have like a really tough thing, going in with high anxiety is not going to help. All right, so an attention seeker is someone who needs more arousal than the average person. Who here is an attention seeker? You are like roller coasters, like scary movies. I overheard Hunter saw a scary. Are you a scary movie person?
Yes.
Oh, I hate scary movies. Who here is a sensation seeker? What would be like? What is your goal as a sensation seeker? Like, are you jumping out of planes kind of people? Margot's like, oh hell yeah. You would? Who here would jump out of a plane? Well, yeah, no, not just to your death. I'm not asking who's gonna commit suicide. You wouldn't go bungee jumping?
No parachute.
But that little parachute that could fail is okay.
I don't want to get bungee. I get skydiving, not bungee.
I think more people die from skydiving than bungee jumping, don't they?
I feel like I'd hit my
There
hair.
was this girl in Amazing Race who did the bungee jumping thing and broke her ankles.
Like, have you ever seen Joe
Yeah,
Dirt?
just like
And we're moving on. No.
No?
Alright. So if you like doing wild and crazy things, then you're a sensation seeker. Who is not a sensation? I am not a sensation seeker. Like sitting on my couch reading a nice book is really lovely. That's an ideal evening. If I had a glass of wine next to me, yes, that's my type of night. Okay, not a sensation. All right, so incentive. Here we go. Incentives are things that attract or lure people into action. Oh my god, I sound terrible.
I have lozenges in my
I have too. I've been chomping them down. It's just, this is who I am now. This is who I will be. Alright, so incentives are things that lure or attract people into action. When we talk about incentives, we're dealing with the incentive approaches, which are theories of motivation in which behavior is explained as a response to external stimulus or its rewarding properties. This is based on, well, whose work? Who can raise their hand and tell me what person is studying how incentives change behavior? We talked about this. It's a big name. What?
Is it Tolman?
No. Huh?
Is it Skinner?
No, it's not Ben.
That's what I said.
He did say it. I heard him.
Who is it, Bailey? Skinner! And why does Skinner teach us incentives, Bailey?
Yeah.
Well, it was, didn't he do bird? No, it was like the little pigeon and then like the pigeon couldn't reach.
No, the cat with the leopard.
It's the mouse with the little thing. Remember my bells? Remember? Reinforcement schedules?
That was.
Skinner. I'm so glad we've worked hard all year. You guys have retained nothing.
Tolman was the mouse.
Tolman is the mouse, but it's the running through, it's the learning. It's Tolman. Skinner boxes have mice as well, and they hit the little bar. They hit the little button. Pavlov is the bells, but I did the bells for reinforcement. If you hit the bell, food, 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 then ring, 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 food, ring, 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 food, ring, 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 food. No. No. Hello.
Yes.
All right.
With
So
the like
Yeah.
obnoxious cowbell.
yes. Obnoxious.
Sorry.
Yeah.
or educational tool.
Obnoxiously educational.
By the way, you do need your Barron's book, people. Did we talk about that yesterday? You were 4 weeks away from needing a Barron's book.
What?
How is that possible? Olivia Morris maybe.
What is it?
Well, hers is all written.
No.
Yes, it is. I've seen it, and I've also gone through it. You'd be very suspicious when you turn it in week 1. The whole book's finished.
Got it. Just keep it. I get that.
It's on AP study.
Yep, and it comes in blank. Bailey.
Like actually though, when you talk.
What if you get
Yeah,
more?
like-
Yeah, you'll use it every single page. It's not a waste of money. It's not something that's going to sit on your shelf. You literally turn it in 4 times to me for a grade.
Because I have teachers that are like, oh my gosh, you should go get this. And
No.
I don't.
You will be bringing it to class. It will be turned in for 100 points every single week. I go through. It's absolutely used.
It's really helpful.
It is helpful. Yeah. No. Guys, you do need a Barron's book, and you will be using every
Is it like, is there one?
single.
Just the regular AP Psych one?
Just the regular AP Psych one. I think it's the same version. I have one over here.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna write this down. Are you okay over here? You've got a lot of hair flipping back and forth. I don't like your hair like that. So, this is what the Barron's book looks like. It's got a guy with glasses on looking at a computer. It's kind of a weird photo. It's like a side profile. Do not complain to me about AP Psych. Look at what AP World has to deal with. In the comparison of the two. So don't you dare whine to me that AP Psych, oh my god, AP World has it way worse than you. And their font's smaller, and they have smaller columns. You guys have a good 2.5 inches. They have 1.5 inches. Like, don't even complain to me. So yeah, you need them. It's due. You need it in 4 weeks, which is just insane. Can you believe it?
Why is that insane?
Because this year is going by so fast, we get so painful. We have 3 weeks until spring break. Now in the 4th week, we'll be in spring break.
We have points minus 3 days.
You are ruining my life, Ellie. Let me have my moment, Ellie. Doesn't it feel better thinking 3 weeks? Ellie?
Until you get to 3 weeks.
Ah. Ruining my life. Alright, so expectancy value theory is an incentive theory that assumes that actions of humans cannot be predicted or fully understood without understanding the beliefs, values, and importance a person attaches to those beliefs and values at any given moment in time. What that means is, to understand what motivates a person, you have to understand their story. So yesterday, I had a wonderful moment with one of my students yesterday. So we know how we were sharing what motivates us? No, we didn't get there because you people didn't pick up boards. Ugh. Anyway, so in my other classes, we had wonderful moments with our boards, and we had wonderful, genuine discussions with each other. And she was odd. And so I was like, all right, I'll be your buddy. What is your motivation and stuff like that? And she says, I want to be the first in my family to graduate from college on both sides. Isn't that amazing? Oh, you're looking at my parents' book. Okay, I was about to blow you up. But okay. It's on Amazon. Is that where you are?
Yeah, that's right.
Perfect. Anyway, she said that was her motivation. She's the first. She will be the first to graduate from college on both sides of her family, and that is why she works as hard as she does. And like I always knew she was like a hard worker, but like I wasn't sure. And she's like, I will do whatever it takes to get it because it means so much to my mom and my dad.
Does she know what she wants to do?
She has a couple ideas. She's thinking Florida, FSU, or something like that.
Is she a senior?
Junior.
Okay.
But I mean, like she's just, and that just gave me so much. Now I kind of like, now I know why she comes all the time and asks why she's doing this and all these other certain types of behaviors. She's a super sweet kid, doesn't really talk that much, and she's like, Miss Bennett, like school is my job. Like I come here and I got to get through this because it means so much to my family. And I was like, oh my God, that's so insightful. So now when I see her and I see her kind of like really pushing through all of her stuff, now it just gives me a lot more insight. It is very cool. It is very cool. So that's expectancy value. So to understand what motivates you, think about, like, some of you really want to go to a specific school, correct? College?
Yes.
Well, you work hard every day, but understanding the motive why that particular school will help other people understand why you work that hard. And that's what expectancy value is kind of having a little bit more insight into who you are and what you are. So, yeah. Maslow.
Wait.
What?
I have a question. So like, the last thing that we just went over. So like, if you bribe someone and they weren't like, they didn't care that much about money, like, is that basically what it's saying? Like, it might not work. On
Yeah, like for me. Okay, going back, because this is a good. Thank you, Josh, for being here today. We're going back just to piss everyone off. All right, so if you wanted to blackmail me into getting an A, first of all, know that I'm not really motivated by money. So offering me cold hard cash isn't really going to get you anything.
It's a lot.
Like, how much is a lot?
Yeah, like
$10,000. First of all, if you had $10,000 in your pocket, why wouldn't you just pay someone to do all your work for you? So that seems pretty ridiculous that you would try to pay me off.
$1,000.
What if it wasn't like what if it was like an act? Like not recoverable.
You're just going to be able to pay me. This is ridiculous. I cannot be bribed. I really can't. Okay? I am not really, I don't really care about money. But I do care about cookies, cakes, and pies. I am a sucker for an apple pie, homemade apple pie. Specifically Dutch apple pie. That is my absolute favorite thing. It's got the one with the crumble on top that gets like really crispy. You know what I mean? And you put like homemade vanilla ice cream on it. You can ask me to do whatever you want if that is the token. That motivates me. Cash doesn't, clothes definitely don't, as Miles noted. It doesn't really have an effect on me. But some things definitely do. Everyone has their thing. On your whiteboard, what's your thing? What is like your favorite thing? Like, one of my friends loves her Pandora bracelet. First of all, how tacky. However, like, what motivates? Be specific.
Right, like what's the
Like, what do you love more than anything? Money. What kind of food?
all food?
Like a vegetable platter would really get you going.
I don't disagree.
Food. All right, turn to your buddy. Go. Boats and cars. Puppies. Puppies are not that cute. They're a lot of work. Do you have a dog? There's so much work. Like so much work. And I love my little man, but like.
Oh my god.
Yeah, just play with it.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Alright, here we go. Alright.
When I come to you.
Hold on, I'll come to you. Alright, here we go. So Maslow. Here we go. So Maslow is another big deal, and you're going to see a lot of him on your test. There's a huge chart that we're going to fill out here in a second. Now Maslow is a hierarchy of needs. He believes that there are basic needs we have to fulfill in order to move up. That if we fulfill the basic levels of things, then we can focus on more important things and have more motivation. Oh, look at you.
Handmade and apples are handmade.
Oh, look at you. I love apple pie. It's
Hand-laid each individual little flappy thing.
So McCray and I used to make apple pies. And this is a true story. We went to my parents' house about 5 years for Thanksgiving. And McCray and I, during the day, made homemade apple pie. Like, cut the apples. We didn't pick the apples, but cut the apples, spiced them, made the crust from hand. And then McCray latticed. He loves to lattice. He calls himself an excellent latticer. And he latticed the whole pie, folded everything, and made it really pretty. And then we put the caramel on top. And we put it in the oven. And my dad was so excited to have a homemade apple pie because he's where I got my love for apple pie. My dad was so excited that he went into the oven and took the pan out of the oven and for some reason went whoa, 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 and dropped the apple pie face down on the tile floor in the kitchen. And my dad is why I am the way I am. My dad literally went and left. Literally left. And I'm pretty sure he cried in the other room because, like, it took us hours. Like, it took us a long time to make it because, like, we did everything by hand. We had to let everything rest. We had to do it, like, we did the full proper way. And the pie. So my dad literally ran out of the room, and all you heard was a flap. And gone. So by the time we got into the kitchen, the only thing that was on the floor was a perfectly face down pie.
Did you also eat it?
Well, we did kind of take off the pie pan because it was nice. The pie, like the pie pan, literally came right off. So you had like the bottom of the pie. So what we did was we scooped it.
I just got like a spatula, like a few of them.
Yeah.
Did your like dad walk in and say like, "Oh, who did this?"
No, my dad came in a few minutes later and he was like, "I'm so sorry. I was just so excited." He was so cute. We haven't made an apple pie since. We haven't. That was literally, we probably made like 4 or 5 apple pies before then. And that was like 5 or 6 years ago. We haven't made another one. But no holiday has gone by where we haven't given my dad hell.
Oh, that's so sad. That's so
Maybe you should break the streak this year.
It's a lot of work. And I've been hosting Thanksgiving the last couple of years, but no.
Just an apple crumble.
Huh?
An apple.
Apple crumble. Dutch apple. Yeah, so good. All right, here we go. So self-actualization, according to Maslow, is the point that is seldom reached when people have sufficiently satisfied the lower needs and achieved full human potential. This is like when everything in your life is in total unity and everything is wonderful. Like you have needs, you have fulfilled people's needs, you have literally come full circle. There's not many examples of people who have reached self-actualization. I think we can all agree. Doesn't happen that often, yes? Probably the quintessential example is Oprah. The reason why Oprah would be an example of self-actualization is she helps other people live better lives. Would you agree? She has her little Oprah tour that they go around and do like self-help seminars and stuff like that. Her on TV, all that stuff. The reason why you have whiteboards in my classroom is because of Oprah. I saw it on one of her shows. And I was like, oh my God, I can totally use that. And I brought it and I've been doing it for 7 years now. So, okay. Now, peak experiences is something that everyone in this room probably, I hope, has had by now. I hope. It's, according to Maslow, it's a time in a person's life where self-actualization is temporarily achieved. Have you ever had a moment in your life where everything was perfect? That everything happened in the exact right way it was supposed to happen, and you just kind of feel perfect. Have you ever had that feeling? Good, I'm so glad. That's a peak experience. I've had a couple in my life, and I sound so bad. I've had a couple, but I would definitely not say I'm self-actualized because, like, I've got a lot of issues, like a lot. But I've had some great peak experiences. On your whiteboard, what was your peak experience? Abigail! Oh my God. Write down. You had a quinceañera? Oh my God, that's so great. Oh my God, what color was your dress? This is when we were together and you didn't tell me? Oh, wonderful. Oh, how wonderful. All right, talk to the person next to you. Go. Go. Your enthusiasm. You've never had that moment where everything was kind of worked out perfect?
I have. I know.
It doesn't always have to be big moments. In my weddings, once like the actual ceremony and stuff was done, looking out over everyone and being like, oh wow, how wonderful. That was pretty great. I've had a couple times where it's just like a normal day. You know, and everything was just like,
And
I think we do.
aw, girl. You don't mean it, but I appreciate the line. It was pretty great though. Too much here. That was definitely. I think of that trip, my peak experience was coming around that corner and seeing the. Oh my God. No, that was pretty cool though. No, the round building that's square in the front. The what? Pantheon! That was cool. That was really cool, seeing the Pantheon. That was like really cool.
I was on the trip before and the trip was like
Oh no, it was perfect for us. It was glowing white. It was perfect. Yeah, no, that was a pretty great freak experience, seeing the Pantheon. Did you see me? I was literally losing my mind. Oh my god, I literally was like... But that's just who I am. What period is this? 5?
4. We're going into 5.
Going into 5. I wonder why it's going on.
Have a good day, Miss Bennett.
You too, sweetie. Oh, we've got plenty of time. Happy Valentine's Day! Thank you for sending it back.
Thanks
I
for
didn't want
the
to acknowledge it. You're welcome.
Have a good rest of the day.
Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. I'm about to play in high school and it died. I think my last one was actually a week break.